Coming up on this edition of SWTV News. The federal government has announced an immigrant investor pilot program in an effort to attract new investors for business. The third annual Ackland's Granger Car Hearts and Caviar Showcase and Auction is set for February 26th. And the government of Saskatchewan has set the 2015 Campground Reservist Site launch date for March the 2nd. Thanks for joining us here today. The Government of Canada is hoping to attract newcomers through a new venture capital program. We get local reaction in this report. The federal government has announced an immigrant investor pilot program in an effort to attract new investors for business and allow permanent residency in Canada to a maximum of 60 investors and their families. Darla Lindberg is the CEO of the Swift Current Chamber of Commerce and outlines the strict guidelines these international applicants must adhere to.
Well, a $120 million fund is a big fund for Canada when we don't have to use taxpayer dollars to fund it. So to get outside foreign investment coming into our country is great. We will get immigrants coming in that have been vetted, so they'll have to have some form of education, whether it's a degree, diploma, or certificate, either through a Canadian institution or equivalent in their foreign country. They'll also be having to go through a due diligence process. So the money that they've made, they have to have a net worth of at least $10 million. That money needs to come from investment or business activity. If they inherit it, they can't be a part of the program.
She further adds that once these applicants are successful in coming to Canada, the benefits will trickle down to a range of businesses, being able to access capital for their own sector.
Well, it could be manufacturing, it could be in smaller businesses with individuals who have that type of net worth coming to our province or country. But if they particularly came into Saskatchewan, I would love to see them start businesses of their own. Obviously, they've done it before. They can do it again. They can replicate their success. And the more investment we have in our community, the better.
And as the application deadline approaches on February 11th for the Pilot Venture Capital Program, newcomers to Canada like Ikashana Degala welcome the concept of more immigrants setting up roots in the country. Degala has lived in Swift Current now for over 5 years after migrating from the Philippines. Now a permanent resident with her husband and children, she adds that all newcomers benefit the Canadian economy in some aspect.
We may not have $10 million or $1 million Canadian dollars, but eventually once we come here, we contribute with our skills and of course the taxes that we pay, and of course we contribute to the economy by buying and purchasing brands or even going to the groceries, right?
If all goes according to plan, approximately 80% of the applications will be processed in the next 6 months. More details on the Immigrant Investor Venture Capital Program can be found online. Saskatchewan's provincial parks are preparing for another busy tourism season, with online registration for campsites opening up in March. Despite the snow on the ground, plans for your summer vacation may already be in the works, and the government of Saskatchewan has set the 2015 Campground Reservist Site launch date for March the 2nd. The online registration system, which was overridden by people last year hoping to book a site, has since been revamped, with hopes of a smoother process for all visitors this season, including a few changes.
We're going to go with a 10-day launch period. So we're going to stagger out all the campsites. We tried to clump them in relation to geographic proximity, so that people could plan their vacations based on the parks closest to each other. We're also added in a queuing system, so people are going to know what order they are in the lineup at the queue.
In addition, the online reservation service for sites is based on a first-come, first-served basis, whether you're a Saskatchewan resident or traveling in from abroad, as Saskatchewan sites and other venues are a great attraction to visitors worldwide.
We get people that have moved away and to other provinces, but they actually grew up here. And they grew up here and they utilized the park. So we're one of the jurisdictions in the country where absolutely love and utilize our park. So Yeah, we're looking forward to another great season.
And in the 2014-15 budget year, $14.9 million has been invested by the province for capital investments, further enhancing the visitor experience to the Saskatchewan Provincial Park system.
There's something special happening in the small southwest community of Bracken. Volunteers have come together to help build a community park and playground. At first glance, this small village may seem like an unlikely location, but it's not until you've spent time here and realize the infectious community spirit that attracts people from kilometers away.
It's a wonderful place to live, and just people accept you as a friend right away as soon as I moved here. And there's invitations for coffee and hang out, and also there's a really good community spirit here that everybody helps.
Meet Monique Fair, one of the main volunteers responsible for the project. Moving to Bracken with her family about 5 years ago, Monique became aware of the plan as residents had raised initial funds to purchase some of the playground equipment. She liked the idea of a community park, and with her own passion for parks and green spaces, helped the project move forward. As the community park began to take shape, first with the play structure and later with the soccer field, it became apparent that this was something that would benefit the entire region. Having a population of about 22 people, soccer season would see the community balloon, with over 80 kids participating. With that many children playing, it also became apparent that the park required additional elements. The next phase of development would see the volunteers come together to help mix cement, cut rebar, dig, and drill. When it was completed, a new swing set was constructed for the younger children. A tether ball was added for the older kids, and receptacles as well as park benches were added to improve the park aesthetics. With partners including the Village of Bracken, the Bracken Soccer Group, local farmers, Bracken 4-H, and Community Futures Southwest, everyone who participated in the project came away with a sense of community pride, which Monique says is vital to the community.
I believe that rural areas give something that cities don't do anymore. There's a certain accountability, and you are known, and people care for each other, and they watch out for each other. Our kids have freedoms that they never had before in the city, and I really enjoy seeing the freedom that they can grow up in here.
It's success stories like this that reinforce what residents in rural Saskatchewan have known for some time, and that is, anything is possible with a strong dose of determination and a little help from your neighbors.
Community Futures Southwest helps business owners with financing and business training, making dreams become a reality. Contact their office today.
The last floats were just leaving as the first floats were coming back. It's awesome! Awesome! It's huge! Biggest I've ever seen.
GPC welding students will once again take center stage at a special fundraiser later this month. We have all the details in this report. The third annual Acklands Granger Car Hearts and Caviar Showcase and Auction is set for February 26th. And welding students at Great Plains College in Swift Current have been busy creating another round of unique items for the evening. With the theme of art from around the world, 12 students and their instructor Jared McKenzie have designed 10 one-of-a-kind pieces of art, from new materials to used scrap metal.
This year we do have a Saskatchewan Rough Rider based piece that's going to be, it's a one-of-a-kind tribute to our nation's team in Rider Nation. So I've got big hopes for that one, because it's, like I said, you can't go buy that anywhere, and after that night it won't exist anywhere else. So some lucky person is going to have a one-of-a-kind item for sure.
A project which shines the spotlight on the students' artistic talents while benefiting the college's scholarship program, and continues to be a success year after year, with last year's event raising over $17,000.
It's fantastic to see that we have that support. You hear the good things that people say about the welding program, about this event, and to know that the business community and the community at large is supportive of the college, it means the world to us, and it validates a lot of what we're doing.
And for anyone who's never been out to the Car Hearts and Caviar auction, the GPC crew encourages you to come out this year for a fun-filled evening of fundraising.
So I know a lot of these kids that come out of school, they don't have a lot of the financial means to be able to afford to go to school or to have the money to survive through the school process. As we know, students always fundage runs tight sometimes. So it's their chance to come out and, you know, support our local college, support our local program, and a chance to give back to the kids that are going to be in the future. So it's kind of like every year builds for the year that's coming up. And this year we actually had some students come in and help from alumni, so they're actually coming back from past year's events to pitch in.
Tickets are limited for the 3rd annual Acklands Granger Car Hearts and Caviar Showcase and Auction and are available from Acklands or the GPC campus in Swift Current.
It will help, as the Premier said, with the short-term issues around the stimulus, but it's got a clear eye on the future, something for the long-term economic health of this region.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.